All right, so we've had some requests for assistance with calculating grade, so I thought I would make this video and hopefully it's helpful for you guys, but let's go ahead and look at what we've got. I pulled this straight from the syllabus and we've got exams, best of 4 out of 5. We're gonna have 8 lab reports. We've got a lab practical exam. We've got homework assignments and we've got dynamic study modules. Out of all those, we're totaling 1,500 points. So let's go ahead and do a practical explanation. For those of you that are good with this, you just punch in your scores and divide by 1,500. But let's do an example so you can see. Well, let's go. Here we go. So I've just copied this down here at the bottom and put in your scores. So remember, we're only keeping the best 4. Let's just say, for example, on exam 1, you got 75. On 2, you got a 60. On 3, you got a 65. Then on exam 4, you scored a 25, kind of a bomber day. And then on exam 5, the final cumulative, you got a 60. Well, we're not going to add all of those up. We're just going to take the best 4. If we added all of them up, it'd be 285. And but we're not. We're taking the top 4, because if you had all 5, I'd have to divide it out of 500. This way, we're only going to do it out of 400. So we're going to cut the lowest grade. So in this example, the lowest grade was exam 4. That means that our score is actually going to be 260 for the exams. Okay. Then for the lab reports, we've got 8 of those. They're worth 40 points each. Let's say you ended up pulling, for all 8 of those, you got 290 points. For the next one, we've got the lab practical exam, which is towards the end of the semester. We can see at the top, it's out of 120 points. Let's just say you got 100 on that. Pretty good score. For the next one, Pearson homework assignments. So you can calculate these. You can get these from Pearson, the website. And if you filter out for homework, it'll show 14 assignments online. Remember, the very first week that you signed up, you actually connected to Pearson, and that's worth 1 of your homework assignments. So you either did it or you didn't, and you'll get 30 points for that. That's shown in Blackboard. But altogether, that is worth 450 points. Let's say you did pretty good. You got 420 overall. Pretty good score. Then for the dynamic study modules, which if you haven't noticed, you can do these as many times. All you got to do is complete them. So let's just say you did that for all of them and you got the full 210 points. Okay, not too bad. Let's go ahead and see. We tally all these points up and we get 1,280 points. So that's a big number, but remember, we're talking about out of 1,500 points total for the course. So if we were to take that, divide by 1,500, we get an 85.3. So that means you might have earned a B if this is your situation. Now, what about extra credit, right? We've got extra credit, and so those points are just added on to this. So let's go back to where we might have been, and don't forget about those. We got 70 points of extra credit this semester. Let's say you got both of those assignments and got them turned in. You got an extra 70 points. So that means that your total is no longer 1,280. Instead, it's 1,350. And that means you've earned an A. So ultimately, you're going to take all of your points that you have and divide them by 1,500. If you want to break down your categories by each exam, lab reports, lab practical, and so on, you can do that. Remember, we're doing the standard breakdown, so 1,350 is the breakdown for an A. So I encourage you to get any extra assignments that you need to complete. Get those done as soon as you get them turned in. Email me so I can go grade them for you, and we can get you the points that you need. Okay, I'll go back to this now. I mentioned I showed this, but some of you may not have picked up on it from the communications and whatnot. You drop your lowest grade here for the exams. So that means that if this was a 0, it would still be your lowest grade. So if you dropped the 5th exam, which happened to be a 0, your first 4 exam scores would count. That means that you don't have to take all 5 exams if you don't want to. Just know that you have the opportunity to do that. So just wanted to make sure that you guys saw that. I get a lot of questions. The final is cumulative. It is not required. It's an optional one. If you think you can do better than a missed exam, which definitely you can, it's worth getting some points. If you have decent scores on your first 4 and you've calculated your grade, it may not even make a difference if you take it. You may have to do pretty well on your final cumulative to beat some of your other grades. So just wanted to show you how you can do that. Look, these scores aren't stellar, right? So if you've done that similar to this, but you've tried in your labs, you tried in your practical and your homework, you can still achieve an A in this class. So please try to do that. Put in the effort. Don't give up yet. And email me if you have any questions. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon.